Let's all play What's My Line?
Thank you, all bodies. Thank you, and welcome to What's My Line. Won't you be seated, all bodies?
Well, I want to say it's a pleasure, and I want to congratulate you on winning the Tony for your fine performance and funny thing happened on the way to the performance.
Thank you very much.
Great show.
Thank you. There was only one way to get a good part, and it was produce the show myself, so I did it. Welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you'll meet some interesting people engaged in occupations, which we hope will baffle our panel. In addition to the panel, they will face a celebrity mystery guest a bit later on. Right now, let's meet our first challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Mr. Henry Boyd. Hi, nice to see you. Want to sit down?
Thank you. Right.
Where are you from, Mr. Boyd?
Sunnyside, Long Island.
Okay, panel. Henry Boyd works in the field of entertainment. He has a specialty. Now let's show the audience just what his specialty is. All right, and we'll start the game with Donna Valeri.
Am I right in assuming that you're not a stripper?
That's right.
He's not a stripper.
I can hear.
Is it... Wait, is it in the music field?
Sort of, yes.
Well, it more or less is in the broadest possible sense, but I'm afraid it would mislead you to get a yes on a thing like that. So let's have a no, and that'll be 1 down and 9 to go, and Gene will be up.
That means you hum when you work. That's about how broad it is.
Is that a question?
No. Does it sound like a question to you? Sir, Mr. Boyd.
Yes.
Are you in the business end of entertainment rather than in the performing end of entertainment?
No.
No, he is not. That's 2 down and 8 to go. Melba.
So you, Mr. Boyd, then actually provide the entertainment through your performance.
That's right.
Would your kind of entertainment be suitable for the entire family, children as well as adults?
Oh, yes,
You
definitely.
look like a dirty old man.
All right. Is your entertainment seasonal in any way?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. So that's 3 down and 7 to go. We go to Soupy.
Mr. Boyd,
Yes.
this act that you do, is it like a novelty act?
Yes.
That means that you work with some particular kind of prop.
No.
Does he work with a prop? No, he does not. That's 4 down and 6 to
Do
go,
you
Donna.
use your lips?
Yes.
But I would say, do you make bird sounds?
Right.
That is correct. Mr. Boyd imitates bird calls and is an authority on bird life. Excuse me, Mr. Boyd, how long have you been doing bird calls?
About 50 years.
And how many bird calls do you do?
I think about 60 songbirds.
Ooh, would you give us a sample?
Certainly. The wood thrush.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Soupy, do you do bird calls?
I would do my bird calls today, but I have chapped lips.
I can make the sound of an Italian rooster.
How does that go?
Well, it goes kikiri-kiki. That's Italian roosters go like, they don't go cock-a-doodle-doo or whatever American roosters do.
I thought they just pinched.
Well, let's see how good you all are at recognizing other bird calls. Then, as Henry imitates each call, we'll show the audience just what bird it is. Okay, Soupy, you have a shot at the first one. Okay,
I'll have
Henry,
a
go
shot
ahead.
any time.
Got
That's
it?
enough, Henry. I got it. That's a I had
Does anybody else know what it is?
it's a Bob
blue
White.
jay.
Bob White.
The bare-breasted metropole.
What is it, Henry?
It's a robin.
A robin.
A robin.
Robin, no.
Okay, let's have another one. Donna, see if you can get this one.
Right.
Oh, that's easy.
He's spelling it for you.
A bluebird.
A bluebird.
I don't know any names.
It's an American rooster, is what? It's a whippoorwill.
Whippoorwill. Right.
Okay, let's do one more, huh? Gene, you have first shot at this one.
That's the policeman at 5th Avenue and 52nd Street.
What is that one, Henry?
Cuckoo.
It's a cuckoo.
Well, that fit me all right.
Melba, I bet you get this one.
I bet I don't.
I bet you do.
da, da, da. It
It's
sounds
Rinso
like
White.
the title of it. Yes, Rinso Whitebird.
What is it?
Bob White.
It's a Bob,
Bob
White.
White.
It's a Bob White. Okay, can you do another one for us? See if we can get this one, Soupy. Soupy, you know what it is?
That sounds like a good
That's a little bird, isn't it?
A little bird.
But I don't.
It's a big rotten bird. It's a blue jay.
Oh, a blue. Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
got that
thief
on-
birds.
I got one on
Here's
my
a little
foot.
bird. Donna, here's a little bird.
Sparrow.
Well, no. Who else has got it?
Canary.
Canary, right, Melba. It's a canary. Okay, Henry, thank you for being with us on What's My Line. That was just marvelous. Henry.
All contestants on What's My Line receive these gifts from Sarah Coventry, a handsome golden heirloom locket pendant, Florentine bracelet, and dainty trilite rings. A charming look of elegance by Sarah Coventry. And Buxton accessories, ladies' trunk and leather fashions for her, buttercalf leather accessories and fashionable new belts for him, all from Buxton. And 12-carat gold-filled cross-writing instruments. The slender, perfectly balanced design and mechanical excellence make cross-writing instruments an international standard. Larry, back to you.
Okay, thank you. We're back. Our next challenger. Would you enter, please, and sign in? Madeline Knight. Hello. Is it Miss Knight? Miss Knight, where are you from, Miss Knight?
Miami.
Okay, she's from Miami. Panel, we're concerned with a job that Miss Knight no longer holds, but it was a fascinating job. She left it to continue her education, but we thought it was music enough and interesting enough for you to have a shot at it. Now, she was in charge of something. We will show the audience what it was that she was in charge of. And let's start the questioning with Gene Shalit.
Is this a job I could have also been fired from?
I wasn't fired.
No, she wasn't fired.
Oh, you just quit, huh?
I had the
Oh,
choice.
likely story. Well, I'll let you get away with it. Is this a job that I could possibly have held?
Yes.
Is this a job, since the audience laughed, that involves something very much out of the ordinary?
For me, I guess it would be.
Would I find this job listed in the Yellow Pages?
I guess so.
I would, eh? Well, they have good Yellow
I
Pages
tell
in
you,
Miami.
Gene, you might, but it's highly unlikely that you would. So let's have one down and 9 to go and move on to Melba.
Did you, were you in charge of something other than other people?
Yes.
Were these things you were in charge of, would they be considered animals?
No.
And
No.
I mean, aside from human animals.
No,
that's
they
what I
wouldn't.
meant to
2
say.
down and 8 to go. Soupy?
Well, the thing that you were in charge of, was it that it would be unlikely that a woman would be in charge?
Yes.
Does it indeed have something to do, like, with a college or a?
No.
No, it has nothing to do with the college at all, depending on where you sit. Donna?
Let me think. Were you in charge of a place? Yes. Was this place,
Yes.
did it have like a department store type place? Wrong.
Not like a department store type place. 4 down and 6 to go. Back to Gene.
Miss Knight, there were no people and I'm just reviewing, no people and no animals involved in what you had charge of, but you had charge of a place. In other words, you had...
I don't think we established that there were no people involved in it at all, did we?
I thought we
There
did.
were-
That's what Melba asked, were you in charge of people? And they said no.
We're in charge of people. I see. All right, then we established it to that extent. All right.
You weren't in charge of people, you weren't in charge of animals. Were you in charge of some big empty place, like the Gypsy headquarters?
Is Gypsy headquarters a specific question you're asking?
No, I want to know whether or not you were in charge of an empty location, as sort of a caretaker job, while there was no animal and no person around.
As a caretaker, more or less. We'll give you a yes on that, Gene.
Yeah.
Okay?
You took care of this in the daytime rather than nighttime?
Yes.
Did this have anything to do with politics?
No.
Nothing at all. 5 down and 5 to go, Melba.
Singer of a question. So it was a place that you took care of, or whatever it was, during the day. In being in charge of this, whatever you were in charge of, did you work mainly out of doors?
Yes.
You did. Did you have to wear something other than you're wearing now to perform your
Yes.
job? You wore a uniform of some sort. Was it a uniform that identifies you immediately with a group of people, like a Playboy bunny or a policeman or something of that
Yes.
sort?
It's a nice combination.
Was it a brief outfit? That
It
you
was
wore?
not a brief outfit. Let's try 15 more seconds. Soupy, what do you say? 6 down, 4 to go. You have any idea?
When you do this thing, it wouldn't be in a cemetery, would it?
That's what I thought.
No, it's not in a cemetery. Donna?
That's what I thought, for a cemetery.
No, it wasn't a
No,
cemetery.
wasn't.
I tell you what, we'll flip them all over because you have an idea, Melba?
Were you? Is it something that had to do with sports that maybe you were?
No.
No, it didn't. She was in charge of the Dade County garbage dump.
Larry,
Really a
how
trash dump.
how come I got a no answer on politics?
She was the first dump attendant for the Dade County Waste Department, the first woman to be hired by them. How did you get that job, Madeline?
I fought for it.
How?
Well, they didn't want any women working there, so I went to Civil Liberties Union, and they called them up and said, well, listen, we think we've got a good case for court here. So I went back and I told them what Civil Liberties Union said, and they said, no, let's send her over to the Waste Department. Maybe we can get rid of her that way. And it turned out that I liked the job at the dump really well.
Why was that? Do people throw away unusual things? I mean, what do they throw in there?
Well, they throw out everything, you know.
Lines.
There was a boat out there, and
A boat?
I collected enough really nice furniture to fill up my room. Antiques.
Yeah, but you should
Someone
see her
threw
icebox.
Someone threw out a solid oak table, you know, coffee table.
What did you have to do, really? Did you just stand there while people came and dumped their
I'd help them
garbage?
unload and sweep up.
Directed the flies.
Listen, Madeline, we have to push ahead, but thank you very much for being with us on What's My Line. It's lovely to play Who's Who, so could we have the curtain open, please? Now, here, panel, you see 4 people from the studio audience and a list of their actual occupations. One is a writer, one sells jewelry, one is a teacher, and one is a stationary engineer. All you have to do, panel, is to hand out all 4 cards so that each person is holding the card which represents his actual occupation. Let's start with Soupy, and you have 20 seconds. Go. Soupy, you are correct. Terrific. That is terrific. Okay, everyone, will you tell us who's who?
I am Pat Brunson, and I am a writer.
My name is Tony Lando, and I sell jewelry.
I'm Joyce Levins, and I'm a teacher.
I'm Fred Iris, and I'm a stationary engineer.
That's terrific. You didn't fool anyone, but each member of the team will receive a gift. Thanks for playing Who's Who on What's My Line. Thank you very much. Panel, you're putting your blindfolds on? Gene, I don't think you are.
Just once, but I have a little edge.
No. Blindfolds on. Are they all in place? Okay, will our mystery guest enter and sign in, please? Well, mystery guest, I recognize you, but I've never seen you with glasses on before. Why are you wearing them?
Well, I'll tell you something, Larry. With the kind of summer we had back east here, I wanted to come prepared. Get a close-up of this, Charlie.
Okay, panel, it's one question at a time now. We'll give you 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll start the questioning with Melba Tolliver.
I think you tried to throw us off with that bit about the glasses, Larry. Our guest doesn't wear glasses. But did I understand you to say that you are now on the West Coast, or living now on the West Coast?
Well, I live a little bit everywhere. I'm a traveler.
Are you known primarily for your work?
Well, one
in
question at a
films?
time, so we move on to Soupy.
All right.
Soup?
Are you currently appearing in a vehicle in town? I mean, not a cab. But, I'm sorry. No, I mean, are you in a show that's playing on Broadway?
No, not at the present, but I think I'm going to make a sequel to The Godfather, and since I'm a sissy, we're going to call it The Godmother.
Okay, Donna?
Do we know you from your appearances on television?
Well, all depends on what kind of memory you got, baby.
Partly. Gene?
Are you currently playing in a movie in New York City?
No, not currently. I made a movie, but they kept the movie and released me.
Okay, 2 down and 1 to go. Melba? Gene, I'm sorry. Gene?
No, I just asked.
You did? Did you ask that? Melba?
It sounded like Melba.
It sounded like me.
Yeah.
Are you currently appearing in production off Broadway?
No, I'm not currently appearing any place, baby.
3 down and 7 to go. Soup?
Gee, we both have the same agents. No, then you mentioned something. Did you once have your own television show?
Yeah, I once had my own television show.
Donna?
You make a couple of more cracks like that, and I'm going to give you a contract you can't refuse.
Donna?
Do you sing? With a voice like that, how can you say no?
Do I sing?
Well, he isn't really known as a singer, I wouldn't say.
Not known as a singer, not like Sergio Franchi, no.
4 down and 6 to go. Gene?
Wow. I am really stuck. The man doesn't work.
I think he's got everybody fooled. He's really very good at this.
It's probably a girl.
Let's flip them all over, take off the blindfolds, and meet Peter Lynn Hayes.
Oh, my.
Peter is really living in Las Vegas now with his wife, actress Mary Healy, and he's just here for a visit.
We have a lot of fond memories together because Larry and I were in Who Was That Lady I Saw You With? And I want to congratulate you on the tremendous success of On My Way to Decorum or something like that.
Close enough for jazz. It was a delight working with him, I must tell you. He was marvelous. One night we had a snowstorm in Philadelphia, and the audience was coming down the aisles at us, and Peter blanched. And I said, "What's the matter, Peter? What happened to you in the scene?" He said, "I'm from nightclubs, and when they come down the aisles after you, they're coming for you." Didn't something happen to you like that once, Peter?
Oh, yeah, we were held up at the Mounds Club in Cleveland by 14 men who stayed 45 minutes. That's the kind of people we used to draw in supper clubs, and that's why we're out of them now.
What are you doing now, Peter? Are you retired, or are you just...
We're sort of semi-retired and refer to ourselves as Ma and Pa Kettle of Las Vegas, and we live in Westchester 5 months a year and 7 months a year in Las Vegas, and our son just got married, and our daughter's about to get married. And how are your children?
They're doing all right. You want them?
What's your address?
You still got your tugboat?
No, I sold the tugboat, Gene. I watch you, though, in Las Vegas, and I think you're terribly clever. And
Oh, you almost stopped there.
I remember you for a long time, too, before you grew the handlebars.
Peter, what happened with the radio show? Are you going to do another one of those, or have you decided not to do it?
No, they got wise to us, and so we actually, it was wonderful for us for 6 years on WOR here locally because it gave us those traumatic years with our teenagers. But they're all grown now, and happily, I think everything's going to work out. Our son just went to work in systems engineering over at CBS.
That's terrific, Peter.
Remember him,
You're
the
looking
baby bug?
Yes, I do. And thank you for coming and
He's
being with us on
6'4" and I'm 4'6".
Okay, thanks, Peter. What's My Line continues right after this word. Panel, you did beautifully today. You bat .333. Maybe we can fool you better tomorrow. In the meantime, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget to be with us every day on What's My Line. Goodbye.
This is Dennis Hoey speaking for What's My Line, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's Card Sharks! Here's the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Card Sharks. Glad you could join us today. We're going to get started with our game right now, but before we do, I want you to meet our two lovely dealers. Here they are. They're with us every day, and they are Susanna Williams and Lacey Pemberton. Welcome them.
Oh, my goodness.
Morning. Aren't they nice?
Oh, that's a
do you
sporty
think?
shirt, Bob. Did the whole band get shirts like
Did
that?
the whole band get the shirt like this? Could I have 2 packs of cigarettes and go deal the cards?
Yeah.
Let's meet our Card Sharks right now. Here they come. How are you, Carla?
I'm just fine.
Before we get started, let me tell everybody, so far you've won $4,100 as our champion. You've won the first game. Want to become champ again, don't you? Now tell us about Carla.
Okay, my name's Carla Porter. I'm from Southern California. I just graduated from school, and I'm kind of taking the summer off from thinking and just working in a grocery store.
You don't think in a grocery store?
No, it's real. If you start thinking, you make mistakes. I'm a checker, and so it's real routine.
Same thing with a game show host. Start thinking, you make
I always
mistakes.
thought so. I always thought we had a lot of
Ted,
fun.
how are you today?
I'm real good, Bob. I'm Ted Long. I'm from Huntington Beach, California. I work in Downey as an automotive transportation consultant.
An automotive transportation consultant. What does that mean?
I sell cars, Bob.
Thank you very much, okay? I'll give you the straight lines, you give me the funny lines, and we'll do this fine. Nice to have you back with us now. Here we go. We're in our second game. Carla won the first game, which means if she wins this game, she goes on to play for the big money. Ted, you got to keep that from happening. Second game, third question, and here it comes. It's for you, Ted. Ted, we surveyed 100 people in Southern California, and we asked them, are your parents divorced? Now, how many people said their parents are divorced?
Boy, I'll tell you, nowadays there's a lot of people that are getting divorced and whatnot, and I know quite a few of my friends have divorced parents. I think that number is going to be a little above the medium. I think the number is going to be about 63.
63 out of 100 people who live in Southern California say their parents are divorced. Carla, higher or lower?
I agree with his reasoning, only it's possible that the children population hasn't quite caught up with the rest of the statistics. So I think it might be a little bit lower.
I think it might be even lower
Maybe.
than that. Well, let's find out. You know what I think about that, though? I would tell you, there's a lot of divorces, but the people who are married today, I think, are happier than they used to be. People are staying married because they want to be married. The actual number of people whose parents are divorced is 21. Carla, you're right. It was lower. All right. Now, when last we left off, Carla, you had a 3 up there. You can play it or change it. You know that.
Keep it. I'm gonna go higher.
Higher than the 3, your card is a queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. Is it lower? Whoa, it is. Barely.
Lower.
Gonna go on. Lower than the jack. There's a jack. No. And back to the 3 she goes. Bad cards. Thank you, Lacey. And that means that, Ted, you got a free shot at the cards playing off the 6. You can't change it.
Bob, I think the card's going to be higher.
Okay, if the card's higher, you win the game. We play tiebreaker time. Is it going to be higher than the 6? Yes, it is. Way to go.
All right.
You must have friends out there, huh? That means you've tied it up. 1 game for each of you, $100 for you, Ted. And as you know, it's the first player to win 2 games that plays for the big money, which means we've got to play a tiebreaker. In our tiebreaker, you'll notice Lacey is dealing out only 3 cards, all right? And we have a maximum of 3 high-low questions. So if you are ready, let's begin our tiebreaker game. And we're going to start our tiebreaker game with 10 married men from our studio audience. So gentlemen, join us. Try to ignore the guy with the hat, will you? They're married. Before the show, we asked them, if your wife, this, by the way, Carla's for you, if your wife woke up tomorrow with the same figure as Dolly Parton, would you be happy? How many of these men said they would be just ecstatic? Heck, I can look at those guys and figure out the answer myself. What do you think, Carla?
God. Well, they all look really happy, like they're already happily married. But she's got a very well-endowed figure, and I think
she's big,
men,
too.
Yeah. I think men appreciate it more than someone like me.
That's true.
So this is really a shot in the dark.
What do you
I'm going to say
How many?
4.
4 out of the 10. These men said they'd be happy if their wife woke up. Ted, well, higher or lower than that?
I'll tell you, I really like Dolly Parton's teeth. I think the number's going to be higher, Bob.
You think it'll be higher?
Yes.
It'll be fun to see, isn't it? The actual number of these men who would be happy if their wife woke up with the same figure as Dolly Parton is 5. Ooh, it was higher, Ted. That means you have control. Now, let me see. First of all, I know the guy in the front row with the hat on. You're one of the 5, aren't you, sir?
No, I'm not.
You're not. You're just happy with your hat. You don't care about figures. Is that it? Okay, which 5 would be happy if their wife woke up with a figure like Dolly Parton? Good luck when you go home, fellas. That's all I want to say. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating. Now, Ted. As you know, you have control of the card. So if you are ready, here's your first card. You can change it if you want to. That card's a 3.
Oh, Bob, I'll keep that card and I'll go higher.
Higher than the 3. There's a 4.
Higher again, Bob.
Okay, if this one is higher, you become our new champ. Play for the big money.
Yes!
You've done it. Yes! Congratulations to you, Ted.
Thank you.
Ricardo, you end up with $4,100. Just take the summer off and don't think about a thing, okay? Thank you for being with us. We'll see you again. All right, bye-bye. Come here, Ted. You're the champ. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, Bob.
That's great. That's just super. All right, we'll be right back to give our champ a chance to win thousands of dollars and play the big money right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Our champ is Theodore. Ted with 2 Ds. And Ted, now you have a chance to win a lot of money because the $200 that you've won so far is yours to keep. But now Lacey and Susanna have a deck of cards that you cut before we went on the air. And now we're going to give you a chance to really win some money. $200 we'll give you to bet with on the bottom row. When you get up to the next row, we'll add another $400 of betting money up there. Your minimum bets have to be $50 each time. And also, you can change 1 card per line by choosing one of the spare cards that Susanna is dealing out. So you have lots of opportunity to win a lot of money. We want you to do it. Give the man $200, all right? You got it. Now, get it.
All
Here
right.
we go. That 200 can turn into 32,000. It can happen. Let's make it happen. Here's your first card, Ted. It's a 4, and you got 200.
All right. I'll bet $100 higher, Bob.
100 higher than the 4. There's a jack.
All right.
Now, you got 300.
$200 lower, Bob.
200 lower than the jack. How about a 9?
Yeah.
500.
I think I'll change that card, Bob.
Change it? Which one you want?
Change it with number 2.
Okay, let's get rid of the 9. The 9 will now become a jack again.
Okay. $300, Bob, lower.
300.
300
lower than the jack. Come on, be there. No, it's not. It's okay. You got $200. Come up here, give you another 400. You've got $600, and the queen is your card.
Okay. I'm going to bet $500 lower, Bob.
$500 lower than the queen. Will it be lower than the queen? It is. Yes. 1,100.
I'm going to change the 8.
Ugly, aren't they? Yeah.
Change it with number 3.
Number 3? All right, thank you, Susanna. The 8 is an 8 again. Now you have to play. You got 1,100.
Okay. $300 higher, Bob.
300. Higher than the 8. It is higher than the 8. You got $1,400.
$400. $400 lower, Bob.
400. Lower than the jack. There's a queen again. Oh. You got $1,000. You come up here and you got to bet at least 500 on the next one.
500 on the queen. $700 lower, Bob.
700 lower. Be lower than the queen. No, it is not. No. That brings you to $300, Ted. That's all right. That's okay. Did you have fun?
Had a great time.
Yeah,
so
who
far.
cares, right? No, you've got $500. You're still the champ. You're going to get a chance maybe to do it again because we'll meet a new challenger for Ted right after this, so don't go away. Ted, here is your new challenger. Kim, please join us. Would you please? Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank
Good.
you.
Tell us about Kim.
My name is Kim Wright. I live in Paris, Texas, and I am the manager of a teen club and a skating rink.
A teen club and a skating rink.
Yes.
Skating rinks don't do well out here. They do well in Paris, Texas, huh?
Oh, yes, especially mine's in Sulphur Springs.
I
So
should
it
have
does
known
very
that.
well.
Then. Yes. Where's Paris, Texas?
It's about 100 miles northeast of Dallas.
All right. So you live in Paris.
Yes,
And you can say, I live in Paris.
in Paris.
Nice. Nice to have you with us. You know how to play
Thank
the game,
you,
I'm
yes.
sure. All right. We dealt the cards out. Lacey's dealing them out from that deck you cut before we went on the air. Remember, you win 2 games. Heck, you're the champ. You get a chance to play for the big money. Ted knows how to do that. If you're ready, let's start this match between the two of you. Here's our first question. Ted, it's for you. Surveyed 100 single women. We asked them, do you think that a little pot belly makes a man sexy? How many single women said a little pot belly does make a man sexy?
Boy, I hope all 100 of these women said it, because I've got a pot belly of my own.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'd have to say that's going to probably be a low number, though, from today's standards. Let's say 38.
38 out of 100 single women say that a little pot belly makes a man sexy. Kim, higher or lower than 38?
No, I don't think a pot belly is too sexy. I don't think too many single women would either. So I think that's going to be quite a bit lower than 38.
I agree with you.
Quite a bit lower.
In fact, I read an article one time that the one physical attribute on a man that causes more divorces is a pot belly. Stick around. I'll just teach you all these things, folks. The actual number of single women who said a little pot belly makes a man sexy is 15. Yes, it was lower. All right, Kim, you have control. Lacey's living in fear that I'll ask her. Okay, I won't. Kim, you have control of the cards, and here's your first one. It's a 4.
Oh, higher.
Higher than the 4? How about a 6?
I'm going to freeze.
Gonna freeze?
I'm
No, the lady's gonna freeze. By freezing there, she keeps Ted away from the cards, and she has a little bit of a lead, and she wants to hang on to it. Next question's for you, Kim. We surveyed 100 men whose wives are expecting a baby, and we asked them, are you secretly jealous of a woman's ability to give birth?
I don't.
How many expectant dads said they are jealous of a woman's ability to give birth?
I don't think too many men are thrilled about that. I know my husband has said, we don't have any kids of our own, but he said, just forget it. If he does not want any part of it. So I'm going to say that's going to be a very low number. The pain and all, I'm going to say that's 20.
20.
20.
20 out of 100. Ted, will it be higher or lower than that?
Well, Bob, I have a friend that lives in Huntington Beach with me. His wife's expecting twins, and I don't think he...
No jealousy there.
I don't think there's any jealousy there at all. I think the number's going to be much lower.
No, I have no desire either. Actual number of expectant dads who are jealous of a woman's ability to give birth is 3. And those 3 are in real trouble. I want you to know that. Okay, Ted, now you can catch up if you want to. Here's your card. It's a queen.
Okay, Bob, lower.
Lower than the queen? How about an 8?
Oh, excuse.
Big decision here.
Yeah, I'm
What are
going to
you
go
do?
lower, Bob.
He's going to go on. All right. Is it lower than the 8? It worked.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to freeze on the 6,
Freeze
Bob.
on the 6. Okay. So there you have. Ted has just 2 more cards to turn over in order to win the first game of this match. We'll pause for these commercial words, and we'll be right back with more Card Sharks right after this. Welcome back now. In game number 1 between Ted and Kim. And let's go to our next question. Ted, this one is yours. We surveyed 100 married women, and we asked them, is the main reason you're faithful to your husband that you're afraid of getting caught? How many married women said the main reason they are faithful is that they're afraid of getting caught?
Oh, boy. I pity the woman that does get caught. I really do. I think that's going to be a low number, though. I think love and that type of thing has a lot more to do with a person being faithful than just being afraid of getting caught.
How many women said that they're faithful because they're afraid of getting caught?
I think about 26.
26 out of 100. Kim, what do you think about this in Paris, Texas?
Oh, I hope not too many mess around in Paris, Texas, an awful small town. I know my husband is big, and I wouldn't like to get caught at all. I wouldn't like to do it, but I wouldn't like to get caught either.
I didn't ask anything about your husband.
Okay, I'm going to say...
Higher or lower than 26?
A little bit lower.
A little bit lower than that.
a little bit lower.
The actual number of married women who are faithful because they're afraid of getting caught is 5. Yeah,
good.
lower. Okay. Now, Kim, you froze on the 6. That means you can change it if you want to.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Lacey. The 6 will become a king.
Oh,
That's
good.
better, huh?
Lower.
Lower than the king. How about a 4?
Higher.
Higher than the 4. How about a... Ooh.
Rats.
Back to the king you go, and Ted gets a free shot off the 6.
Higher, Bob.
Gonna go higher than the 6, is it? Nope.
No.
It is not. And so we are right where we started. Whew. Sudden death time. This is the 4th and final question in this game. Someone has got to win the game on the next play of the cards. And this question involves those 10 married men that we met before from our studio audience. Now remember, it's a one-way mirror. Who did it, guys? Now the question is for you, Kim. We asked these 10 married men before the show, did your wife pick out the clothes you're wearing today? How many of these 10 men said yes, their wife did pick out their clothes?
They all look very well dressed. I think the wife probably has something to do with it.
Would you explain that? Would you say that again, please?
I think they look great. So the wife definitely would have
Yes.
something in it. I'm going to say, let's see,
How many of these 10
But
men
would they
said yes,
admit
their
it?
wife did pick out their clothes?
4.
4.
4.
Wow. What do you think, Ted? Higher or lower than 4?
Well, Bob, I think there's only one guy out there with a tie on. I think the number's going to be lower than 4.
Think it'll be lower than 4? Boy, I don't know about this one, folks. The actual number of these men whose wife picked out their clothes today is 2. It was lower, Ted. Now the problem is, who is it? You got to know for sure that the guy in the back row with the necktie, are you one of the 2, sir? You are, okay, yeah. All right, who's the other one? You are, sir, yes. I'd like to make a suggestion, sir. Would you talk to his wife? Yeah, good. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for joining us. Okay. Now, Ted, you have control. Sudden death, as you probably know. And here are your choices with sudden death. You can change the 6 and play it out if you goof. Kim wins the game, or you can pass it on to Kim. She's got to play off the king. If she goofs, you win the game. What do you want to do?
Well, Kim can play off the king.
You're going to pass it on to Kim.
I'll
All right, Kim, up to you,
Okay.
Kim.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the king is a 10 for you.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the 10. There's an 8, so that means that Ted, you won game number 1. Congratulations to you, Ted.
Thank you.
Another $100 added to your total. Remember, it's the first player that wins 2 games that goes on to play for the big money. So what's going to happen right now is that Lacey's going to start dealing out cards from that same deck, and we're going to start game number 2. Kim, you got to win this game in order to stay in the match. Here's our first question. Ted, we surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, if something bad were going to happen to you tomorrow, would you want to know about it today? How many people said they would want to know about it?
Well, Bob, I think if something bad was going to happen to me tomorrow, I think I would want to know about it today, and then I'd just stay in bed and wouldn't have to
So
get up.
a car
and
would
face
run
it.
over you in your bed that way, right?
There we go.
Okay.
I think.
How many people would want to say they would want to know about it out of 100?
I think that'd be a low number still, though. I think the number's going to be about 35.
35. Kim, will it be higher or lower than 35?
I think it's going to be a little bit higher. A
Do
little
you
bit,
really?
Yeah, I do, because I
Boy.
think they'd want to really live every minute that they could.
I don't want to know
to
about
the
it.
fullest.
The actual number of people who would want to know if something bad were going to happen to them is 44. You're right, Kim. It was higher. I mean, I don't want to know about it. You?
No way.
Not at all. Don't tell me. Kim, you have control? You can change this one, but why?
No, I want to keep that one higher.
Higher than the 3. There's 7.
Freeze.
Freeze. Ladies, don't play it by the book. She'll freeze right there on the 7. Keeps Ted away from the cards. Tell you what we must do, though. At this point, we must pause for these commercial words, and we'll be right back with more Card Sharks on the way. All the time we have for today. That means we'll pick it up next time. We're leaving off right now. So for Lacey Pemberton, Susanna Williams, Gene Wood, and the whole gang, I'm Bob Eubanks saying thank you very much for watching Card Sharks. So long, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson television production.
ready to match the stars from Carter Country, Richard Paul, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Barbara Rose, Richard Dawson, and Fannie Flay, as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 78. And now, here's the star of Match Game 78, Gene Rayburn.
John, how are you? Are you ready out there? Ready up here? Mayor, you look very dignified
Well,
today.
I'm just real happy to be up here and see y'all.
We're happy to have you here, Mayor. Your Honor. Happy to have you here, too.
Say something nice to the captain.
Captain?
Yes.
Full steam ahead?
Yes, whatever you want.
Let's welcome Wendy Thornton and Laura Whipple. Applause, applause, applause. Now, Wendy here is the current champ. She's won a lot of money, $6,200.
Yes.
And she's spending it in her mind's eye and doing some good with it. She's being challenged by Laura. At this moment, the score is 5-3. We have one question for each of you remaining. Laura, are you ready for yours?
Yes.
We're not quite ready. We will be in 1 minute and 3 seconds. Hurry back. Okay, we're ready. Now, this is the last round. Laura, A or B?
A, please.
A? Okay, now let's see. Richard plays, Charles plays, and Fannie plays.
I don't.
No, you don't.
You mean the mayor plays?
The mayor plays. I beg your pardon, Mayor. 102-year-old Mrs. Purvis said, "Wow, last night, well, let me tell you, I played Chicken Little at the old folks' playhouse. How embarrassing. Just as I yelled, 'The sky is falling,' my blanks fell out." You remember Chicken Little?
I ate him. Of course I remember.
Oh, you ate Chicken Little.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done that.
Well, stop and go around saying the sky's falling.
Huh. You finished?
I'm finished.
Ah.
Charles hasn't even started it.
See? Chicken Little. Is that by Shakespeare?
Gravy.
Yes, Chicken Little was written by W. Shakespeare.
Heard of it.
Chicken Little on yonder hill.
1586 to 1616.
Your main accent at all.
1586? No, it couldn't have been that. 1556 there. Ready, now here we go. 102-year-old Mrs. Purvis said, "Last night I played Chicken Little at the old folks' playhouse. How embarrassing. Just as I yelled, 'The sky is falling,' my blanks fell out."
My dentures fell out?
My dentures. She said dentures.
Well, imagine my chagrin when my dentures fell out.
Oh!
And I had such a beautiful smile too.
Yes. Smile so big we could
cooking
see.
sauce again.
That's right. Cooking sherry has gotten to him.
I love my dentist. I just went to him. I only had 2 small fillings, and he said my gums were perfect. There's only one slight problem.
What is that?
The bones are going.
Teeth. Okay, that's another one for Laura. She now has 5, has tied the score. That little lady is looking for a set of dentures, Fanny.
I love my dentist too. As a matter of fact, I paid for his house.
Denture. Well, this has been a very tight game all the way. Wendy, the best you could do is tie. And you're going to play with one person, and that is Charles.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
One crook said to another, Charles. He says, "You know, you can always tell when Carl the Crook is having a formal party. The invitation says black tie and black blank." There it is, buddy. Read it yourself, and don't bother me. Look at his lips moving.
Okay, you're on your own.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, that's nice.
Wendy Thornton. One crook said to another, "You can always tell when Carl the Crook is having a formal party. The invitation says black tie and black blank."
Oh, blackjack.
Blackjack. That's what a crook hits you on the head with. That's very good, lady. Lady came up with a pretty terrific
Sorry,
answer.
I said black
Black
belt.
belt. So that means Laura Whipple wins the game. Congratulations. Right there, a little blue spot. Well, Wendy has a smile on her face because she's leaving here with $6,200.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Goodbye. All right, while we're spinning her off, we're going to spin a message or two just for you. Laura Whipple is up here to have her first shot at the real big money. And we're going to give her that shot right now as we go to this big board here. And let's see what we can do with this super match, Laura. We polled a studio audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Blank people. Now, the answer they wrote down most frequently will get you $500 if you match it. For matching the second most popular answer, you get $250. And $100 for matching the third. And 3 of our 6 celebrities will give you a hand if you'd like.
Okay, Charles?
No,
First is easy.
I got a big choice here.
Yeah.
People who need people.
People who need people.
I'll be in my dressing room till it's over.
All right. That's a lyric of a song and a song title. People.
Richard?
Short. Short people. Fanny.
Yes.
Fanny.
Tall people. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, I love pressure. Really, I do. I think.
Wait a minute.
Something. No, I do have it. I think there's no people like show people.
Show people. All right, so you got show people, you have short people, and you have people who need people. The song. Now, what is your choice here?
Short people.
Short people. Would you like to sing a bar?
No, not at all.
You don't want to sing?
No, you don't want me to sing.
Well, no short people. All right, let's see if we got some short people up there. May we see the $100 number? Beautiful people is a familiar phrase in the American
They weren't
lexicon.
talking about you.
We want short people. Let's see the $250 number. We the people. We the people. Yes,
You
indeed.
don't have a shot.
No. I bet it's going to be up there, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Why would it be
Short
there?
people, show us. Yeah! Congratulations. Okay. Now, Laura, you've picked up another $500. That means you have a total of $600. You're going to play for $5,000 right now. And you have to match one celebrity in order to collect. We want to give you the money, but you got that little hurdle to get over.
Right, right. Richard.
Okay, Richard gets that for her. And here we go. It's worth $5,000. Good luck to Laura Whipple. It says, blank anniversary. Blank anniversary. Laura Whipple. He's finished. Now we ask you to match him. If you do, you get $5,000. Blank anniversary.
Happy.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. What did you write? Did you write happy anniversary, you rascal, or did you write golden anniversary, or wedding anniversary, or silver anniversary, or 50th anniversary?
I got funny little eyes, funny little beat, funny little voice that goes beep, beep, beep.
In the fifth row, my mother, my stepfather, my best friend, and her mother, my grandmother, my father,
They're all
my boyfriend, and my brother.
Good. Now you have $5,600, Laura, and you're going to meet a new player. Here comes Karen Goodkind. Let's welcome Karen Goodkind. Here she is. Hello there, Karen. There you go. Well, Karen, she's very happy because she just won a bundle of money. And we welcome you and ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself before you take on the champ there.
Sure. I'm an ex-marketing researcher, now a full-time homemaker.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 4-year-old daughter, Leslie, and a baby on the way.
Baby on the way.
Baby on the way.
How far on the way?
Due in September.
In September.
Mhm.
Okay. Good luck to you here,
Thank
Karen.
you.
And with your blessed event upcoming, may we ask you to make a decision here about A or B?
A, please.
A it is. All right. A says, Fred said, I just went to the strangest singles bar. When I walked up to a woman and asked her what sign she was, she pulled out a traffic sign that said blank. I went to the strangest single bar. When I walked up to a woman and asked her what her sign was, she pulled out a traffic sign that said blank. There's a happy anniversary card for Laura Whipple that got her $5,000. You can take that home and frame it. Someday it will be perfectly worthless. All right. Everybody's ready.
I like all the answers so
yes,
far.
this is a good question, isn't it, Karen? Fred said, just went to the strangest singles bar. When I walked up to a woman and asked her what her sign was, she pulled out a traffic sign that said...
Yield.
Yield! Nifty. That's what you did, and that's what got you in the condition you're in.
That's what
happened. Okay.
Well, she took a page from Chief Roy Moby. He'd say, walk.
Oh. Walk or don't walk. They didn't like that one. I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I thought it was...
Leave him alone. He's a new kid on the block. Don't make him nervous.
I can pick on him.
Pace,
break your other arm.
Pace, darling, pace.
As if he knew anything about pace. The only pace he knows about is pacemaker. He's going to have one in about a month. Now, what else would a pregnant woman say besides yield?
Oh, that's what she said. She said she's pregnant. Don't you listen to these snappy little interviews I do when the people come on?
She couldn't be pregnant. Do not enter.
Oh. Well, as you can see, there are all kinds of possibilities here with these road signs. What have you got there?
I have curves ahead.
Curves ahead. Isn't that interesting? There are some real good ones coming along here.
El Yieldo.
Yieldo. Two for Karen.
I just said go.
Go. Yeah. Go is almost like yield, but not quite. Laura, this one is yours. It says, Bob said to his wife. Do we want to do a commercial now? Oh, yeah. What do you want to do? You want to do a commercial or not? Make up your mind. You want to do a commercial? All right, do a commercial now. And I'll put the question back. I don't care what you want to do.
Today's consolation prizes are first, West Bend's 2 to 10 cup automatic quick drip coffee maker that features a double filter system, lets you brew delicious coffee with or without paper filters, and GE's rechargeable battery system. One plug-in recharger charges GE batteries up to 1,000 times, now in gift packs in all popular sizes. And from Ventura, a jumbo wheel Pullman in dazzling days with not-on pull strap. The temperature-saving Wheel-O-Matic really gets you rolling. Had a beach wrapped in a supply of Copper Tone. A complete selection of tanning products, one for every complexion. For the tan people know this, Copper Tone. Well, the show is the thing, and so it's Gene Rader.
Thank you, Johnny O. Here we go. Continue this game. Laura Whipple's round one question. Bob said to his wife, I suspected you had an accident with the car because when you walked into the house, you were carrying the blank.
I suspected
you had an accident with the car because when you walked into the house, you were carrying the blank.
Remember when I hit the parked car?
Yes.
A lady sent me the funniest cartoon. But yeah, you can't explain it, but it was very cute of her.
Oh.
I'll have it blown up and breaking in later in the week.
Bob said to his wife, I suspected you had an accident with the car because when you walked into the house, you were carrying the blank.
Steering wheel.
Steering wheel. She said steering wheel. That must have been a severe accident.
Hey, what? In the house, he was carrying a steering wheel.
Oh! Really hurt. Hurt badly.
Well, when I hit the parked car, I walked into the house carrying the fender.
Oh, you did? Because it was all
Both
crumpled
of
up
them.
and bent. Show us your steering wheel.
Here's your steering wheel, friend.
There's the steering wheel right there. That's 2. Score is now 2-2, Laura. And here we go with Barbara Rhodes.
I always keep my steering wheel in the kitchen anyway.
Oh, you
so
do?
it's not unusual.
Oh.
So the transmission.
Oh, transmission. She must have been real groggy.
Why do you keep your steering wheel there, Doc?
So no one will steal the car.
Okay.
Steering wheel. All right, that's 3 for her. When you walked into the house, you were carrying the...
I used to do that, and someone stole my steering wheel.
right out of the house. There it is. Okay. Now let's plow on ahead. Second and final round. Karen, A or B?
A, please.
A it is. All right. A. Richard plays. Charles plays. Richard Paul it is.
Oh, not
Barbara
Richard.
Rhodes plays.
I play too.
And Fanny plays. Did you hear about the mad scientist who crossed a gorilla with Howard Cosell? Now, he's got the only gorilla in the world with a blank.
Oh, I got that question. I wish I was playing.
Mad scientist who crossed a gorilla with Howard Cosell, and now he's got the only gorilla in the world with a blank.
I like that question. I wish I were playing.
How's your arm, wrist?
Well, it's much better.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're
Is
kind
it,
to
There's
him.
a lot of mass there. If he gets fresh, you could go.
Just- I'm going to get something bigger.
Oh. Okay, Mary, you ready? Everybody ready? No? Not quite, All right, we'll wait a second or two, right, Karen? Okay. This mad scientist crossed a gorilla with Howard Cosell. Now he's got the only gorilla in the world with a blank.
Big mouth.
Big mouth. Richard?
Well, actually, when I crossed the gorilla with Howard Cosell, it wasn't a very difficult cross. Happened very easily.
And when I finished, I had a gorilla with an irritating voice.
Oh, boy, I'll say. That's a good response, I would say. Charles?
I said a toupee.
Toupee is another good one. The only gorilla in the world with a toupee. Now, Karen, you must match the 2 remaining celebrities you have not matched in order to achieve a tie and stay in the game. That's you. You are 1. Barbara, she's looking for a big mouth. You're up, Barbara.
Toupee.
Toupee. So that means Laura Whipple wins the game, and Fanny has toupee also. There you go. Karen, good luck in September with your second child. We wish you well, and we're going to send some gifts your way, and thank you for being with us here on Match Game 78. Karen Goodchild. It's your second time up here in one show. All right, Laura, let's get right to it and see how you do. We polled the studio audience, and we said you write down your best answer to this. I'm getting blank. Remember, it's $500 for the most popular. For matching the second most popular, $250. And the third gets you $100. 3 of our 6 will help.
Richard.
Well, I'm getting married in the morning.
Ding dong, the bells are going to shine.
However, I am free for this evening, so don't let that really... Well, I'm reasonable.
Brett.
I'm getting...
What Charles is. I'm getting bald.
I'm getting bald?
What do you call it then?
Sorry, Captain.
What is that? Noodle soup on his head? He's got hair on his head. Who's your third choice here?
Fanny.
What Brett is, I'm getting drunk.
I'm getting mad.
You're getting mad?
I'm getting sick.
You're getting sick. Yeah. I'm getting drunk, I'm getting married in the morning, and I'm getting bald are the 3 they have given you. We didn't get any audience response from any of those answers, so think carefully now before you answer. Choose one of those or think up one of your own.
Married in the morning.
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. All right, let's begin at the bottom and reveal the $100 number. I'm getting married. Well, I thought it'd be up there a little bit higher. That's kind of mystifying. What do you got under the $250 number? I'm getting old.
Charles is doing that too.
Yes, old and bald, Chuck. All right, what do you think's under the big one? I'm getting sentimental over you? Tired? Bored? Hungry? Don't tell me your troubles.
Gene?
What?
Crazy.
All right, slide it. Tired. The audience had it. Did that occur to you?
No.
It didn't. Well, anyway, you've got $100 more, and you're going to play for 10 times that amount after we do a little business with America. Are you there? Well, here we are. But we've got to go now, don't we?
Where?
You
Where are
were
we
wonderful
going?
today. We're going to be back here next time, whenever that is.
Probably tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. And I'm Gene Rayburn, and I hope you'll be able to join us tomorrow. Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 78, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. What kind of race is this? It's all done with shopping carts. You race through a supermarket and things go flying into your cart. It's wonderful. It's wild. It's amazing. Let's face it, you never know what's going to happen on Supermarket Sweep. Who's got the picnic shoestring potatoes? Okay, you're on. Who's got the Minute Maid juice bars? Okay, you're on. And who's got the Puffs tissues? Okay, and you're on. It's time to play Supermarket Sweep. And here's our host, the man who knows wearing gloves means never having to say you're soggy, David Ruprecht.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Wearing gloves means never having to say you're soggy. I love it. Welcome to Supermarket Sweep. Well, I'll guarantee you one thing. Before this show is over, one of these teams will be racing up and down those aisles looking for $5,000. So let's get everybody started with that free 1 minute and 30 seconds to use in the big sweep. There you go. And now it's time for the mini sweep, where somebody's going to pick up 10 seconds and hopefully a cash bonus. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go. On wash day, you'll clean up as soon as you hear brighten those white... Minga?
Cheer.
Cheerity turkey it is. Good for you, Minga. Okay, Gina, Minga got the 10 seconds. Let's see if you can pick up the $50. Get the specially marked cheer back to me in 30 seconds or less. 20 seconds and it's worth $100. Are you ready?
All right, yes.
You are ready. And go, Tina, go!
Go, Tina! Go, Tina!
Under the wire, $100 added onto your sweet total. Congratulations.
All right.
Very good, Tina. Now just relax for a second. We'll see who else we have playing over here. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi, Tim.
Hello.
Tim, you are a police detective, right?
Yes, I am.
For what county?
I work for the Los Angeles Police Department.
Is the police work that you do, the real stuff, any different than what we see on TV?
It's usually a little different.
A little bit. I would think like shopping regularly is a little different than what we do out here.
A little bit.
And how do you know this beautiful woman to your side?
She's my lovely wife.
Kathy, how long have you been married?
We've been married 9 years in August.
What do you do, Kathy?
I'm a registered nurse.
I see. Now, Carolyn, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
And you're a teacher.
Yes.
And what do you teach?
Actually, right now I'm teaching English as a second language, and I'm a stay-at-home mom.
And before that?
Used to teach American literature 10th grade.
Wow. And how do you know Ronnie?
She's my best friend, and we met on the soccer field.
So you're a couple of soccer moms there,
That's
right? Ronnie, you're a homemaker, and you have an interesting story about Japan. What's...
Yes, I've been back and forth about 15 times, and I was visiting our family's exchange student until I finally married him. Didn't have to go back.
He was an exchange student over here, and then you ended up
Yep,
marrying him.
yep.
Oh, great. Minga, what do you do?
I am a manager at a healthcare company in the claims department.
I see. And how do you know Tina?
She's my coworker and a good friend.
I see. You guys ready to play the game?
Yeah.
All righty. All right, it's time for our first players to pick up some extra seconds. So that means Carolyn, Tina, and Kathy. We will see y'all later. Okay, guys, take a look at these three items. We have a box of 6 Good Humor strawberry shortcake ice cream bars at $2.99. We also have a 7-ounce box of Better Cheddar's snack crackers at $2.39. And a 12-ounce bottle of Best Foods Dijonais mustard at $2.92. Now, 2 of these items have the correct price. 1 price is incorrect. Which one is it? 1, 2, or 3? Lock in your answer, whichever one you think is incorrect. If you're right, it's 10 seconds added onto your sweep time. All 3 of you get it right, it's 30 seconds. Okay, Ronnie, which one did you think was incorrect?
I picked the Dijonais mustard.
You think it's the Dijonais mustard. How about you, Minga?
I picked number 1, the strawberry shortcake.
You saw the Good Humor strawberry shortcake. And how about you, Tim?
I picked number 3, the Best Foods mustard.
You thought the Dijonais was the wrong price. All right, well, let's see. The product up here that does have the incorrect price is... It's the Better Cheddar's. It actually sells for $2.99. So unfortunately, I don't get to give 10 seconds to anybody, but don't worry, we have a lot more games to play, and that's why I want you to stay with us. We have more games, more chances for our teams to build up their sweep time. Welcome back to Supermarket Sweep. Okay, now it's time for the 30-second shootout. So, Tim and Kathy, you're up first. Come on over here. Kathy, you are going to give the clues, right?
That's correct.
Okay, I have a card for you. Now, there's a list of words here. The first letter of each word spells out an item from our market. You can use whatever clues you want to get Tim to say each of these words. Every time he says one, you're adding another letter. Now, if you can't come up with one, say pass, and we'll move on to the next. You have 30 seconds, then the clues must stop. If you get it right, it's 30 seconds added onto your sweep total.
Got it.
Okay? You have 30 seconds starting right now.
When you go to church, you put your hands together to...
Pray.
B.
Not a crocodile, but a...
Alligator.
A.
You catch bugs in a...
Net.
N.
Good. Pass.
Pass.
Not to subtract, but to...
Add.
A.
If you're not the queen, you're the...
King.
K.
And you made a very strong...
Choice. Decision.
you worked really hard for something. It was a really good...
Choice. Effort.
E.
Let's...
Okay, stop. And you have P-A-N blank A-K-E. Can you guess it?
Pancake.
Pancake is worth 30 seconds. Congratulations. Okay, Ronnie, you know how it's done? You have 30 seconds to win 30 seconds, starting right now.
Something you read in church.
Prayer book, Missal Bible.
B.
Pass.
Pass.
Something people watch on TV, and it's
Sports,
it's like something that you wash clothes with and singing. Pass.
Pass.
To say somebody is very darling, you mean they're very
Cute.
C.
Somebody who, when you walk into a wedding, they take you to your seat.
Sure.
U.
Instead of saying a thing, instead of them, you call it a thing.
Everything.
Pass.
Pass.
What am I doing?
Okay, time is up. You have B blank blank C-U blank blank. Can you guess it?
Biscuit. Biscuit.
Biscuit it is. That's 30 seconds. Congratulations. All right, Tina, you see how it's done? You have 30
do.
seconds to get Minga to say all those words, starting right now.
Not a mouse, but a bigger
Rat.
R.
You row a boat with
Oars.
O.
His name was blank Lincoln.
Abraham.
A.
A bee will
Sting.
Yes.
S.
Not 19, but
20.
T.
not the entrance, but the
Exit.
E.
when I run in I might win the
Race.
R. What did you spell out?
Roaster.
A roaster is worth 30 seconds. Congratulations. Everybody got 30 seconds there. I love that. Okay, now it's time for the round robin game. We're going to play scrambled letters. This is your last chance to add time to your sweep total. Partners, you stand by. You're going to be up next. After I show you the scrambled letters of a common food or item, now this could be anything from antipasto to zucchini, I'll give you 3 clues relating to that item. Each correct answer is worth 10 seconds. There are 6 of these, so the next 60 seconds are up for grabs. Hands on your buzzers. Here's the first one. Ice cream. Carolyn.
Vanilla.
Let's see. That's it. Okay, switch. Here's the next one. Sweet. Minga.
Marmalade.
Let's find out. That's it. Switch. And the next one. Bottle. Tina.
Seltzer.
Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, switch. And the next one. Wax. Wicks. Tim.
Candles.
Let's find out. That is it. Switch. Next one. Hummus. Kathy.
Garbanzo.
Find out. That's it. Switch. Here's the last one. Plain. Minga. Pie. Ronnie.
Pizza.
Let's see. That's it. Oh, boy, do we have a close game. All right, so we have Carolyn and Ronnie with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We have Tina and Mingo with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, plus the $100 you picked up in the mini suite. And we have Kathy and Tim with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Who is going to run the big sweep? Carolyn, Minga, and Kathy. Don't go away. When we come back, you're going to see Carolyn, Minga, and Kathy running like wild through our aisles for their chance at $5,000 here on Supermarket Sweep.
Promotional consideration provided by
Welcome back, and now it's time for the big sweep. All right. Let's see. Tina and Minga, you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You will start first. And Kathy and Tim are right behind you with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And look at this. Carolyn and Ronnie also have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, this is going to be a great sweep. Okay, take a look out there. Everything in our supermarket is up for grabs. Fill as many carts as you can. Now, listen carefully. These are the special big money makers we have in the market for you in today's big sweep. Now, the big money maker is our magazine display. Now, there are all kinds of popular magazines out there, but we want you to pick out these 3. They are Teen, Entertainment Weekly, and Elle. Now, you get those 3 magazines in your cart or across the line here before the bell. We'll add $250 to your final score. And today we have a chance for each team to win an extra $100. Spread throughout the market are 3 bags filled with empty cans. Now, each runner, they retrieve 1 bag, race it back to their partner, then the partner must stack all 21 cans in the shape of a pyramid just like this before the sweep is over. You must use every can. If your partner gets the stack job done, you will receive a marker just like this for $100. Of course, remember, we also have coffee and candy for $100, and don't forget our bonus specials. They're worth up to $250. And the team whose runner sweeps up the most money in merchandise and bonus prizes wins the game and the right to go for $5,000 in cash. Okay, everybody, get ready. The clock is set at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's when Minga will take off. On your mark, get set. Go, Minga, go, go, go.
Here's a switch. Minga is headed for the far left aisle. What's she after? She's got a pang for tang.
1, go, 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 go.
And they're both off. But let's follow Kathy. She headed for the opposite side of the market, down our far right aisle, making her first strike in that stack of big beef roasts. And where did Carolyn go? Why, straight up the middle to the health treatments and remedies. And these high-priced pills and sprays can also cure the big sweep blues. Meanwhile, Minga has found the Pledge Grab-It Sweeper Cloths, ideal for increasing her big sweep total. Finishing up our long, lucrative fresh meat aisle, here's a final gobble or 2 for Kathy. Then it's a strong shove to get that heavy cart going. And look, she's picking up a bag full of cans. Way up on the top shelf, Carolyn has found hair color. 5 for $50. But watch out behind you. That hearty cheer is all Minga needs to keep shopping fast. Here, the selection of hoses can quickly add up to almost $70. Hey, it's bonus time for Kathy. She's rafting her way to riches. Great, Carolyn grabbed a sack of cans. Will she rush it back to her partner? No, she's stopping for magazines. And look, it's Minga. Bag ladies, would you say? I'd never call our lovely supermarket sweep contestants that, but they are hanging on to their bags of cans as they hunt for magazines. Well, Carolyn's done. Great job. Hey, it's getting crowded over here, and Kathy's come to the party just a little bit late. She needs 2 more. Yes, fantastic. They've all got it. Look in Carolyn's cart. She still has that bag of cans. But Kathy ran her bag back, and Tim looks very steady. Oh, look at Minga's cart. She may have crushed her sack of cans with those heavy turkeys and hams. Ouch! Now here's Kathy with a baby formula for earning big bucks. Great shopping. And taking a turn at the $25 roasts, Carolyn figured out where's the beef. Wow. Now let's look at Tim go. Even as the seconds tick down, he's got excellent concentration, great coordination, nerves of steel on that man. And there it is, a $100 payday from store clerk Andy. His wife Kathy grabs $11 bottles of men's cologne. Maybe a thank you gift for Tim's great stacking job, you think? Carolyn wants boxes of Tide detergent. They're heavy, but worth it. And look at the clock. Time is running out on this big sweep. But not before Minga gets diapers and a chance at the powdered baby formula. What a super sweep.
Okay, that's it, everybody. Come on back. Well, our official checkers are standing by. In a few seconds, we'll find out which team has the highest total and the chance to go for the $5,000 in cash. It's hidden out there someplace behind a product just waiting to be won, so stick around.
Attention, we're looking.
Welcome back to Supermarket Sweep. Okay, our checkers have entered all the merchandise in the registers. We're ready to hit the totals. Let's find out who won the big sweep and who will be going for the $5,000. Okay, Carolyn and Ronnie. Let's see, you got the 3 magazines I wanted, so that's $250. We add that to all your groceries to give you a grand total today of $797. Okay, Kathy and Tim. Let's see, you also got the magazines, $250. Tim did a great job of stacking those cans. That's $100. Let's see how much your bonus is worth. $50 for that. Okay, we add all of your groceries to that to give you a grand total today of $1,020. Okay, Minga and Tina. Let's see, you also got the magazines, very popular, $250. You picked up $100 in the mini sweep earlier in the game. Now, when we add all your groceries to that, if your grand total is higher than $1,020, you're going to be looking for $5,000. If not, Kathy and Tim will. Let's see. Your grand total with your groceries is $1,193. Thank you, guys. You were great. We have some wonderful gifts for you. Okay. Come on. You guys are going to go out there and find, hopefully, $5,000 in cash. It's just waiting for you. You have 1 whole minute to do it and 3 clues to help you out. Now, remember, your hands have to be on the money before the bell rings. Before we started, you chose envelope number 2. Our clock is set. Are you guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right, here's your first clue. As soon as I read it, the clock starts. Good luck. If salty snacks give you the tingles, you'll get a kick out of a can of...
Pringles!
Go!
All right. Get to the Pringles. They're in the back. Oh, that's right. To the right. Pringles.
think of the white stuff on the end of a swab plus a word that rhymes with bell, and you're on a roll. Cotton. Cotton. White stuff. Cotton out. Toilet paper. Okay. Right now. Go down here. Then the other one. The other one. Next one down here. It's white. Paper products. Where are they? Paper products. Paper towels down here. We go. Cotton now. Paper, toilet paper. Cotton now. Here it is. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Fans of Northern Exposure remember Dr. Joel. Wait, what's Northern Exposure? Oh my God. Let's just start running.
Oh.
Good try.
Good try.
Oh. Did you know what it was?
No, not a clue.
Well, the clue was fans of Northern Exposure. Remember Dr. Joel Fleischman? He was Dr. Joel Fleischman Margarine. Hey, you guys did great, though. You got 2. That's $400. We add that to your sweep to give you a grand total today of $1,593. Congratulations. And this is David Ruprecht saying goodbye for Supermarket Sweep. The next time you're at a checkout stand and you hear the beep, think of all the fun you could have on Supermarket Sweep. Okay, let's go find it. Oh, so you didn't watch Northern Exposure.
No, that's not fair. Told us we're going to have to know our movies.
They didn't say anything about TV. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very popular.
Wait, we didn't get it.
That is. Oh my gosh, I'm even past
Oh, it's right here. Here it is. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Good try.
We'll have you back. You guys were great.
This is Randy West for Supermarket Sweep. Supermarket Sweep has been an Al Howard production.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thank you so much. You'll be very glad to hear that I'm not going to stay out here very long by myself, because I have to tell you that our first spot is about food. And the minute I say the word food and the panel hears that, if they don't get out of here in a hurry, they start chewing on each other. So it's about food, and you'll have to wait to find out what kind and how come. And here's the hungry panel. Hey there.
Nipsey Russell. Kitty Carlisle. Bill Cullen. And Peggy Cash.
Panel, don't be shy. Dig in. Oh, boy. There are Chinese goodies in front of you. Peggy just put her cover on top of Bill's food. Yeah, I got a fingernail full. Nice of it. Each dish is individual unto itself. So play around, swap around if you like.
I can't even.
All right, let's lean back now and meet the man responsible. Let's say hello to our Chinese chef.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Stuart Berman.
Number two.
My name is Stuart Berman.
Number three.
My name is Stuart Berman.
And here is Stuart Berman's Chinese Culinary Compendium. He says, I, Stuart Berman, cooked my way through graduate school. As a sort of a rent-a-chef, I prepared Chinese banquets to be served in people's homes. In front of Nipsey Russell is a platter which includes my hot and sour cucumbers in pickle-style slices and shredded chicken in peanut sauce. You did.
How does that go, Nips, the chicken and the peanut combination?
Tastes very much like onions and cucumbers.
Did it well, then. Kitty Carlisle is sampling anisette tea eggs and marinated deep-fried whiting. Any comments, madam?
I changed with Bill.
Well, you may have changed with Bill, but I'm going to read what it says here. I got enough trouble without you doing
I got the shrimps. They're delicious.
Well, good for you. Bill Cullen is nibbling on yellow Chinese radish and chilled marinated shrimp.
No, that's what Kitty got.
Thanks a lot, fellas. At Peggy's desk is a fresh-cooked helping of chicken and walnuts.
Oh, good, too.
Are you good?
Delicious, and I don't swap. This is delicious.
Just don't bite your knuckle.
It's sort of like Thanksgiving with Chinese sauce, walnuts.
What Bill has, either chicken salad or chocolate cake. I can't figure out.
Anyhow, the affidavit continues to say, Chinese cooking and Chinese culture have always been a great interest of mine.
Of course.
I am named for John Leighton Stewart, the last American ambassador to China. My mother runs a Chinese restaurant in Washington, D.C., where the most illustrious takeout customer is President Richard M. Nixon. Signed, Stuart Berman. Can't you see Pat running down to the corner and say, 2 chow mein to go, Dick, and I want to live it up? You know? Friends, we'll be right back after a commercial or 2 or 12 and get right into this. Hi, you remember us from a minute ago. You also remember that we have 3 gentlemen across here all claiming to be Stuart Berman, who has prepared the Chinese food that our panel is now devouring. And, Peggy, we usually, for some reason, start our food questions with you.
I can't imagine why.
No, come on.
Number 2, why do Bill's eggs there look so marbleized on the outside?
Well, they're designed to look that way. It's supposed to simulate Chinese porcelain with the cracks.
Oh, gee, that's
It's just a decorative effect.
Oh, number 3, what's mushy pork?
Mushy pork is pork that is mushy. I mean, actually...
And now, number 1, what kind of soup is served in a melon?
I believe it's winter melon soup.
Thank you. And number 2, why do the Chinese, the very sort of high-class Chinese, used to use ivory chopsticks?
Well, just because ivory was more expensive than bamboo. And
Thank you. Number 3, what is the difference between... No, number 1, what's the difference between Hunan, Sichuan, and Cantonese cooking?
Sichuan cooking is the spicy cooking of China, and Hunan is also spicy, but it also has characteristics of other parts of China. It's somewhat similar to Cantonese food.
That buzzer takes us down to Nipsey Russell.
Didn't know I knew so much, huh?
I remember her there with rice in her hair, but it wasn't her wedding night. We were in a Chinese restaurant and having a heck of a fight. Number 1, can you tell me the name of that little concave instrument in which a lot of Chinese cooking is done?
Well, Americans know that as a wok.
And what do Chinese call it?
Well, Cantonese call it a wok.
I see.
Seems
okay, number 2, which is the considered a greater delicacy as a staple Chinese food, noodles or rice?
Well, each is a delicacy in the area that it's not available in. I noodles somewhat, but see, the South is the rice culture, and the North primarily noodles.
Thank you. Number 3 is
Kitty Carlisle.
I find it very hard to keep my head on the questions when food is in front of me because I love to eat, but I'll try. Number 1, were you born in China?
No, I was not.
Oh, well, number 2, were you born in China?
Yes, I was.
And that's why you were named for John Leighton Stewart?
Well, I might have been, even if my father had known him here, but I was named for him.
I see. And number 3, I love good Chinese restaurants. Has your mother been in Washington a long time?
She's been there for about 10 years, yes.
I see. And number 2, who comes to get Mr. Nixon's food when he gets his takeout dinner?
Just any aide that's around.
all foreign things.
Jill St. John, actually.
No, that's a bad joke.
That is a dish.
I'd like to bring this conversation back to food.
Very well, ma'am.
When you...
Now let's go to the fellow who appreciates this kind of cooking more than anybody, I can tell you. Bill Peanut Butter Sandwich Cullen.
Yeah, I ended up with it anyhow because without... You got to bring Peggy a fork and a spoon because I got her chicken and walnuts in my lap here. I am... number one, the one thing we haven't asked about all this, you prepare it to serve at a person's home. What is the cost of a complete, impressive Chinese dinner for, say, 12 people? I mean...
Well, and a very special dinner would cost anywhere from $30 to $50 per person.
Wow.
Wow. Good Lord.
What do you, for 30, I'll stick with you, number one. For $30 or $50 a person, what do you have that is so expensive there?
Well, you have the exotic type dishes like Peking duck, which take 2 or 3 days of preparation, and you also have a great many carved things on the table. It's also very decorative.
Number two.
I'm sorry. I was getting hungry just listening. The bell rang, and that means that you must put down your food, pick up your crayon, and mark your ballots, while the audience and I assess our own evaluation. Do we think it's number 1, or number 2, or number 3? As you might know, we pay $50 to each wrong vote. We pay $500 if all the votes are incorrect. And Peggy has just made up her mind.
I did. Well, the thing is, I voted for number 2. However, I was always told that ivory chopsticks were used because if they were trying to poison the emperor, the chopsticks turned black if there was poison in them.
Never heard that.
Well, the cab driver told me, so I don't think it's really the gospel, but I believed it at the time. Hunan food is more spicy than Sichuan food, a man from Hunan told me. And number 3, mushy pork comes in a nice crepe. Anyway, I go with you 2.
All righty, we got a 2 short. And what's Nipsey to say?
Number 2 had some great answers, but I did hear somebody say once that Peking duck took a long time to prepare. So on that one answer alone, I went with number 1.
You got a 1 and a 2, Kitty?
I voted for number 2. I think his mother is the great chef, and he's the one that takes out the food.
Got a pair of 2s, and there we go. Bill Cullen, what are you doing?
I got to disqualify myself.
Why?
My chopsticks are turning black. No. I wanted to try to tell me something.
Some rival MC.
$50 a person, and you don't even get fortune cookies. In spite of that, number 1 seemed to me the one who knew the most, and for that reason, I dipped myself in my fried writing there.
So we've got a pair of 1s and a pair of 2s, and here we go. Will the real Stuart Berman, whoever you are, please stand up.
Come on, Stewie.
There.
Thank you, Stuart. Nice going, gentlemen. Number 2, tell us about you.
My name is Steve Zisk, and I'm just killing some time, actually, before I go on to graduate school in psychology in September.
Oh, nice for you to kill it here. Thank you. And number 3, tell us about you.
My name is Bruce Michael Kalnitsky. I operate Bruce Michael Productions, a management and producing organization.
Good luck. Stuart, now that graduate school is over, are you still sort of hiring yourself out as a part-time chef, or what are you doing?
No, I'm not doing the catering service anymore. Presently, I rent myself out to individual and chain restaurants as a consultant, teaching their American chefs the art of Chinese cooking and instructing their managers in Chinese kitchen organization and management.
Well, up on the executive level. Hey, good luck, Stuart. That sounds fine. Thank you, gentlemen, also for being with us on To Tell the Truth. Take care. Now let's say hello to our expert on disasters.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Russell Dines.
Number 2.
My name is Russell Dines.
Number 3.
My name is Russell Dines.
And here is the disastrous document of Russell Dines. He says, I, Russell Dines, am the co-director of a disaster research center at a major university. It is our job to investigate such occurrences as earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes, and find out what really happens. We've discovered that people do not panic or go into shock. They do not engage in disorganized flight. Instead, they rise to the occasion and help each other in every possible way. Crime rates actually dip. The expected looting is at a minimum. All in all, people are at their best during a disaster. The popular misconception of disasters often come from false reports by the press. After an orderly evacuation during Hurricane Carla, one newspaper reported that the people had fled in panic, which was not true at all. And during the Alaskan earthquake of 1964, the press reported that 1,000 people were dead in Anchorage alone. In reality, the Anchorage death toll was 7. Signed, Russell Dines. And Nipsey, I don't know how much you know about natural disasters, but have a go at it.
Other than the ones in which I participate on stage, nothing. I tell you, number one, you stated in your affidavit here that looting is at a minimum, but I have read that in both the recent earthquake in Nicaragua and the crash of the 10/11 in Miami, the first people there were the looters.
Well, these, again, I think by and large are false press reports. There may be some looting, but it's certainly not the problem that is usually implied.
Thank you. Number two, when you say you and your staff determined this, how did you determine it? Did you just ask random people who had been at crash scenes or what?
In a manner of speaking, yes. First we go in as observers after a disaster, and we talk to the people in charge, okay, the normal people in charge, because they're the normal people that take over in the event of a disaster. Again, public opinion to the contrary,
I see.
maybe Red
Thank
Cross.
you. Number three, how does one go about preparing people for such a disaster? New York, for example, is quite a highly populated city. Are there any warnings? Do we have any instructions as to what to do in case of something like an earthquake?
No, we don't. Part of the problem is that people in control, civil defense people, don't want the public to panic, when actually the public does not.
Number one.
Thank you, Nipsey, and there goes Kitty.
Thank you. Number one, in the course of your investigation, what did you discover? During what kind of a disaster do people panic the most? Earthquake, fire, typhoons, whatever?
Well, panic is a very rare phenomena. It probably occurs in a few situations, somewhat like theater fires.
I see. Thank you. Number two, is it not true that a lady, for instance, who runs out of a burning house will try to go back inside to rescue something as foolish as a sofa cushion?
Again, that varies with individuals, and we don't usually look at this type of disaster in this manner. We're trying to see a general overall picture of how people act as a society.
Thank you. Number three, what will this do for the rest of us once you've determined how people behave?
Well, it is already helping. Our information is provided to the civil defense authorities in major cities across the country.
And Bill Cullen, what do you want to know?
Number one, I ask you how you determined, for instance, that there was no looting when the press reported that there was. How did you determine that there wasn't?
Well, there have been studies that have tried to follow this up very carefully in investigating all reports of looting. There are a number of reports of looting, but the question of whether they are authenticated is another thing.
Well, number two, as an example of the looting that was reported in the press and then shown in film during the Watts riots, the looting was actually shown. Were your findings other than that which we saw actually on the screen?
Again, I might point out that looting and evidence of disaster is news, whereas non-looting and non-evidence of disaster is not news. Therefore, the media plays up that news aspect. That sells newspapers and media.
Peggy Cash, you're the last one here.
Thank you. Number one, was the Anchorage disaster was an earthquake, was it not?
Correct.
Thank you. Number two, what university are you with?
Georgetown.
Thank you. And number three, which university are you with?
University of Miami.
And number one, could you tell me which university you're with?
Ohio State University.
Okay. Now, number two, isn't there a major United States university that specializes in earthquake predictions?
Yes.
What is that?
Georgetown, also.
Oh, how about that? Now, number three, is there something that happens above the ground when before an earthquake really strikes? Is there not an indication above ground of something that's going to happen below the ground?
If you're talking about birds, that's a false indication.
Thank you. Number one, do you think San Francisco is due for another earthquake?
Well, I think it's on a fault, yes. It's on San Andreas fault.
Thank you. Well, now, number 2, San Francisco built above exactly where they'd had an earthquake before, and apparently Managua, Nicaragua is going to build above that. It's okay that people don't panic, but shouldn't they smarten up and not build where they're going to get pushed down again?
That's a common question that's asked me. Not necessarily. That's their home, that's where they live, and that's where they've been living, and they don't want to leave.
Yeah, but if you had a leaky cellar, you'd try and sell it to somebody else and get out of there. I don't know.
And I think at this point that we should vote. We should decide. What do we think? Do we think it's number 1? Or do we think it's number 2? Or do we think it's number 3? And Nipsey, if you've made up your mind, we'll ask for an expression, old man.
I made up my mind when they walked out.
Did you?
He also said a number of things that I happen to know to be true, or which I have read and heard. So I think it's number 2, because he looks like I want him to look. And if you don't let it be number 2, I'm going to burn this joint to the ground.
A solidarity vote for number 2.
You don't mean that, Nipsey.
No?
No, I know you better than that. I'm going to vote for number 2, although I don't believe that that's the college that specializes in earthquake information, but I think it's number 2 also.
All right, I got a pair of 2s, Sean. Bill Cullen, how are you going to go?
Just for the record, if Nipsey does burn this joint to the ground, I'm not going to panic, because I've been wanting to do the same thing for a long time. In spite of the Georgetown and the seismographic, I was figured for him, but number 2 had the authority and the ability to speak about this. I went for him, too.
We have a huge unanimity building up here. It's 3 for 2, and Peggy, you're looking devilish. You're going to go for somebody else.
No, the reason I voted for 2, which I
did vote for 2.
is because the Jesuits have that big place at Weston that has the big seismograph thing, and they're connected to Georgetown in some faint way.
True.
So I voted for 2.
You voted for the...
Yeah, those guys specialize in earthquakes.
You voted for the Jesuits, so we have another case of solidarity here. I don't know how this voting is being done nowadays, but the votes are all in. Will the real Russell Dines please stand up?
One.
Hello, friends. Marvelous job. Absolutely great. Let's find out about who your friends are, Mr. Dines. Number 2, what is your real name and what do you do?
It should have been him.
I'm Ed Jones, and I'm president of Apex Computer Services. And I'm also...
Wait, you're also what?
And I'm also an ex-member of the Count Basie Orchestra. I've been on your show.
Now, number 3, sir, identify yourself.
I am Walter Joyce, and I'm manager of communications for Philip Morris Incorporated.
Good deal. Mr. Dines, I want to congratulate you and your team members. Nifty job. You cost us $500, cheerfully paid.
Very good.
Thank you, Russell Dines and friends. What do you do when they tell you you got 2 seconds to say goodbye? You say goodbye. Goodbye.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth on Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, King of the Comedy Castle, His Royal Laughness, Soupy Sale.
And now, may I introduce you to the Princess of Broadway, Miss Anita Gillette.
Thank you very much, Soupy. And now I'd like to introduce the court jester, Mr. Gone Granger.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady, Miss Arlene Francis.
You don't tell me what I'm the first lady of. Here's the king of the panel, Wally Bruno.
Yes.
Thank you, and it is Miss Francis, isn't it?
That's
the
right,
First
thank
Lady.
you.
I've always wanted to, meet the First Lady.
Yes.
So nice to have you here. Welcome all of you, and to you too, on this particular session of What's My Line. Do you feel bright and alert?
No.
Yes, I certainly do.
Sort of, yes.
All right, then I don't think we'll play the game today because we were hoping we could stump you, but we're going to try nonetheless. Will our first challenger enter and sign in, please? Carolyn Lane. And Mrs. Lane, where are you from?
I'm from New York City.
All right. Panel, Carolyn Lane has written a book which is directed specifically at a certain kind of person. And now let's show the audience just what segment of the population her cookbook is aimed at. I'll remind you that you have to sort of find out what sort of person this cookbook would interest. And we'll begin the questioning with Soupy Sales.
Thank you, Wally. Is this person that, or this thing that is directed at Miss Lane, are they a person?
Yes.
Oh, I can go on. It's so unusual that I get a yes. Is it a particular kind of person
Yes.
that we're looking for? Is it a single person?
No.
No. One down, Anita.
By that you mean unmarried, I
Oh, you
assume.
meant, oh.
No, is that what he meant?
I don't know what he meant.
Oh, you mean by single person. Then, is this cookbook directed at more than one person?
Yes.
So, oh, I'm so confused. Soupy, you confused me. Is this cookbook designed for married couples?
Yes.
Is that it?
It could be.
What do you mean? Isn't that it?
Not specifically.
Oh, you mean married couples that do something that I gotta find out what these married couples. Wait a minute. I mean, do I have to find out what
You
kind of
have to
married
go a little
couples?
bit, you have to go farther than you've gone.
Married couples who, let's see. Married couples, who entertaining their in-laws.
Married couple? No, I don't think that would be it.
No?
No,
but that's sort of like it. It's a combination like that.
And I think it would interest one of the couple more than the other.
Ah, then it would influence the male more than the female.
It would be of interest more to the male than the
That's
female.
no question.
Yes,
That's
it
a
was. That was 3 down. Arlene.
Is of more interest to the female? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Because she is the one that is pregnant?
That's right. But Carolyn is the co-author with Pamela Zapata of the Pregnant Cook's Book, or I'm Not Fat, I'm Just Pregnant, which is published by Viking Press. You get a good shot of it there, Patty? You have it? I try to get it on the right angle. And what is the Pregnant Cook's Book?
Well, the Pregnant Cook's Book was inspired because of the fact that although your doctor gives you a list of specific foods that you should be eating when you're pregnant, he doesn't always have the time to tell you how to put that knowledge into practice in the kitchen.
What aren't you supposed to eat when you're pregnant?
Well, it's not what you're not supposed to eat, it's what you're supposed to be eating.
And so this, you know, you should really go on a diet when you're pregnant, is what you're saying. Or,
It's basically good nutrition.
I
The baby.
Well,
and
now,
the mother and the husband.
You know, they always used to say that a pregnant woman should eat for 2 people because, you know, for herself and the child she is carrying. Is this the way it should be?
Well, that's really a matter of semantics. When they talk about the pregnant woman eating for 2, they're really talking about the quality of the food that she should be eating and not the quantity.
Well, now, you know, what right do you have to publish something like this or to write something like
She has
this?
14 children.
You have 14? Really?
No, but I have 2 charming children, and my co-author also has 2 charming children.
So you speak somewhat from experience,
Definitely.
too, don't you? Well, remember to look for it. It's Viking Press, The Pregnant Cook's Book, or I'm Not Fat, I'm Just Pregnant, by Carolyn Lane and Pamela Zapata. And Carolyn, thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. We'll be back to meet another challenger as What's My Line continues.
Swally.
Thank you, Johnny Olson. And let's move right along and meet our next challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Ralph Elsner. And where are you from, sir?
Arlington Heights, Illinois, Wally.
Is that right outside of Chicago?
About 25 miles outside of Chicago.
Okay, panel, may I tell you that Mr. Elsner deals with a product? Now let's show our audience just what that product is. So it's a product you're after, and we'll begin with Arlene.
Thank you, Wally. Is this product something that you can hold in your hand?
You could.
But you wouldn't really want to.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't think you'd really want to, but you really
You could hold it in
yeah.
your hand. Well, does it come in contact with any other part of the body?
No.
1 down, Soupy.
Is this product ever alive?
No.
2 down, Anita.
Is this a product that both men and women would use?
Yes.
Is the product found in the home?
No.
Oh.
3 down, go on.
Would you consider this product a useful product?
Yes.
It is, yeah. Now, you don't find it in the home, so you find it outside the home. Would I be correct in thinking you find it outside the home?
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. So, outside the home, in a building as opposed to in the bright open spaces?
In a building as opposed?
As opposed,
Yes,
opposed,
that
not
makes
in a
the
building.
score 4
no,
down.
Outside, and
He meant outside the building. I have to translate
understand
for
my
him.
code.
He has a little trouble.
He meant it, he said inside, though.
Yeah, but he didn't
Arlene.
mean that.
No, you go ahead. No, I'm cheating.
All right, it is outside then. The is whatever the product is on the ground?
Yes.
Is it also sometimes in the air, above the ground?
Well, when you say in the air, that means totally...
No, I don't mean that. I mean as a flower on a stem.
As a flower on the stem, we can give you a yes.
All
It's in
right.
the air.
Is
As
it
a
any...
flower on a stem. What an expression.
Isn't that pretty?
You've picked that up from Gone
From
Granger
Gone,
this
Yes,
week.
indeed.
That's right. Is it anything that grows?
No.
5 down, Soupy.
Is it anything that is placed there and concreted down and planted firmly in the ground with maybe around concrete and stuff?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does it, you find this outside of public places, like a courthouse or schools or things like that?
Yes.
Is it ever anything that you, say, run a flag up on?
Well, wait now. In a sense, it does have a flag, does it not?
You're giving it away, Wally.
Well,
Huh?
it all depends what reference he had.
Okay, the producer says no, it does not really have a flag.
I haven't
so that's
said
6
anything.
down.
I
was trying to give you a yes, and they wouldn't let me, Soupy. Okay, Anita?
Arlene says you're giving it away, but I'm completely confused. I have no idea. But may I assume that it is not as high as a flagpole?
Yes, you may say.
Is it, does it have more surface area than a flagpole?
No.
No, 7 down. Go on.
It's a thin thing, then. It's a tall, thin thing. Well, it's a fairly thin thing.
Well,
Yes.
it doesn't have more than a flagpole. That doesn't automatically mean that it has less.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. Marvelous, yes. I want a translation from you now. Are there lots of these around, sir?
Yes.
Walking around New York, am I likely to see them in the
Yes.
street? And are they a particular color?
Mostly, I think.
So they're standard.
Pretty much.
Yes,
You would
pretty
see,
much.
like, they might all be red, they might all be blue, or I'm not saying any, but they'll all be, yes, the ones
The
in New
majority of them are one color.
The
There
ones
may
in
be
New York are. Yes, I see. Can you walk around it and admire it? Or is it stuck to
Yes.
you? Could I get inside it?
No.
8 down. Arlene.
I don't know that I know what it is either, but I thought perhaps it was a signal of some kind. Does it signal anything or give the passenger in a car or the pedestrian any kind of advice one way or the other?
Oh, to a degree.
Yes.
Tells you either to stop or go,
Stop or go.
or go around a curve slowly?
No.
That's 9 down. Soupy.
I thought it was a signal.
Is it ever found on an expressway or freeway?
No.
Very, very seldom, I'd say. That's 10 down, and that's a game.
It's a parking meter.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's a parking meter. That's it. But Mr. Elsner is vice president of manufacturing of the Duncan division of Quonar Corporation, the world's largest manufacturers of parking meters. And Soupy, they have a little flag in them.
They do.
You know, the little red.
But you
I
can
thought
get
you gave
inside
it
them.
away.
Pardon?
You can get inside them.
Maybe in England.
Get your money out.
You think you can get inside them?
Yeah, I meant my hand. I didn't mean all of me.
Okay, now I want everyone remember what Gaughan said. But now I understand you have what, 83,000 meters in New York City, and they're
Just
all made
about.
by your company.
Right, Wally. The reason for this is that the engineers of Quonar Corporation have developed a malleable iron base that makes our VIP meter virtually theft and tamper-proof. As a matter of fact, it's been accepted as a standard throughout the world where they use security-type parking meters.
Well, yeah, but you could take something like a sledgehammer. I mean,
No.
you know, really get into it.
No,
couldn't
you couldn't, Wally.
Not even a sledgehammer?
No.
What about chisels or saws? You couldn't saw it and get into it?
I've got to say no, Wally.
Well, what happens if you lose the key?
Well, are you prepared to prove that?
Yes, I'm prepared to prove it.
All right, Lloyd, would you open the curtain, please?
These don't spray you.
Come on, let's go up here, Mr.
There's one that
All
sprays
right.
you with green paint.
Whoops, one moment.
Yes, there's one in England they've developed in there, and it
We have
sprays
to
you
get
with the
wired up here a bit. Soupy and Gaughan, would you join me up here?
It lasts for days. This isn't the one that sprays.
I beg your pardon?
No, seriously, there's one in England they've just developed, and when you go near it, it sprays you in green paint, and it stays on you for 3 days.
You're kidding. Do you make that one?
No, we don't.
No. All right, now, Gaughan, this is your parking meter, and Soupy, that one is yours. Now, as you can see here...
Someone stole my car.
Okay, now look, Sue. Now, while I'm explaining this, why don't you fellows put on the gloves and the goggles? Now, as you can see, you can lift this meter off the post. I don't believe it. There we go. You can lift the meter off the post, and we suggest that after you lift it off, you place it down on the pieces of plywood. You have a set of tools here, a sledgehammer, a crowbar, a hacksaw, and a chisel.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
All right, now put them down on the plywood, take the handle, the hammers and everything else, and do your best to break into it. May I tell you, the money is down in this part, in the bottom part of it right there. Let's stand back, Mr. Elsner. Okay, go at it, and go at it good. Hit it, God. Hit it. Soupy. Hey, the money's in the bottom part.
You know, I don't need it.
All right, Mr. Elsner, I don't think think you have to worry. There's money inside, fellas, but you didn't make it. You did a very good job. Take your goggles and your gloves and go on back and sit down.
Can I keep this and wear it on my watch fob?
Yes, take it right along home with you, Soupy. Mr. Elsner, thank you so very much. We enjoyed having you on. That's
It's been my pleasure.
Would you say goodbye to the family, please? And watch my line. We'll continue right after this word. Well, Soupy and Gone, there are 2 policemen waiting for you as soon as the show is over, because I understand there's a New York City ordinance that says it's against the law to hammer on a parking meter. So I told them you'd be out in just a few moments.
Okay.
But now it's mystery guest time. I see the blindfolds are in place, so mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, you know the rules. It's 1 question at a time. I'll give you 3 minutes to try and establish the identity of our mystery guest, and let's begin with Anita Gillette.
Thank you, Wally. Sir or madam, are you best known for your work in motion pictures?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
Go on.
Madam, but you are, can we assume that you are in the entertainment business?
Yes, sir.
Arlene.
Well, then, would it be on television that we would best know you?
Perhaps.
Soupy.
Would we also know you for your records?
You might.
I would say yes. Anita?
Are you on a regular series on television?
No, ma'am.
Go on.
Madam, have you got a record in the hit parade at the moment?
I'm sorry to say I don't.
Arlene.
But you are a singer.
Yes, ma'am.
Soupy.
Are you currently playing a club in New York?
No, sir.
Anita.
Are you sort of small? No, I mean, you know, small in stature, you know what I mean?
No, ma'am.
You're
Go
not
on.
big.
Are you as well known on my side of the Atlantic as this side?
I hope so.
I'm sure you are.
Arlene?
Do you sing in a group rather than alone?
No, ma'am.
Soupy.
When you were on television, did you ever have a show of your own?
Yes, sir.
Anita.
She did have a show of her own. Oh, my goodness. Do you have dark hair?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone have a guess?
Is it Della Reese?
No. Take off your blindfolds and meet Mama Cass Elliott.
Funny when I said he was small. I said he was small.
Knew I'd get him.
Well, Soupy?
I was just talking about you because you did a show in Canada, and I just came back and we did the show in the same studio.
Right.
How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
You're just marvelous.
Let's not talk about your pants, though.
Oh.
What's this?
Have you seen his pants? He's the snappiest dresser in show business.
Oh,
without
no question about that.
Without
There's no question about that. And the real hip huggers, right?
Well, I'm hip.
And I'm a hugger.
But-
So there you are.
Very good. They tell me that one of your big ambitions in life is to meet John Lennon.
That was a
Have you
big
fulfilled
ambition.
it?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, Yoko Ono was there at the time and cut down on the conversation and any other things that might have gone on.
That was a shame. And what's this I've been reading about you, too, about the movie where you played Witch Hazel?
I did a movie with Martha Raye, and it was called H.R. Pufnstuf, and it's just about to be released, and I play Witch Hazel in it. I play a witch with a big nose, and
Was it fun?
Oh, it was a riot.
This was your first movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Is it as much fun to act as to, be a great singer like you are?
It's hard, I think, you know. It was easy for me to do this film because I was in character makeup all the time, and so I felt like I was sort of stepping back from it. It wasn't like being an actress and having to, you know, be standing out there.
Right.
It was much easier.
Cass?
Well, listen, Soupy, we're running way late. Excuse me, I'm very
See you
sorry.
later, Danny.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to talk to Mama Cass later. Thank you for joining us on
Thank
What's
you,
My
Ron.
Line. Mama Cass Elliot. What's My Line will continue right after this word. Now, panel, it's time for honest answers to questions submitted by the studio audience. From Sandy Oliver of Sarasota, Florida to Soupy. Do you get as tired of being on TV as I get selling furniture?
Oh, I thought you were going to say as tired as I get watching you. No, I don't. I don't. I love being on TV. When I'm drunk, I'll sleep any place.
Okay.
I
And
was
from Penny Halter of Phoenicia, New York to Anita Gillette. George C. Scott turns me on. What do you think of him?
Well, I think he's a fine actor. I would have to be around him personally to know if he turns me on. He doesn't turn me on, you know, just looking at him in films because he's mean in the movies.
Okay. And for Gone Granger, how's the MIDI going over in England?
The MIDI?
Yes.
We hate it.
And thank you for your honest answers. Thank you very much, panel. And I guess that sort of puts the wraps on, you know, another session of What's My Line. It's been great having all of you with us, and I hope we're all back together again
Listen,
real
tell
soon.
them what you named the baby, because we talked about it last week. What'd you name the baby?
Bruner. See you next week on What's My Line.
This is Johnny Olson speaking.
Game Show Network and People Magazine have come together to create People Puzzler. It combines pop culture with crossword puzzles, color of the Barashi War.
Raspberry.
Don't beat them after midnight.
Gremlins.
Funny girl song and the best magazine of all time.
People.
You're gonna want to play along. Trust me.
Leah Remini hosts People Puzzler, weeknights at 6, starting Monday, January 18th, only on Game Show Network.
Hey everyone, this is Chicken Soup for the Soul's Hidden Heroes, and the cameras are rolling.
This is a different kind of hidden camera experience. We're on the lookout for everyday people who show courage and kindness to total strangers. They know how to do the right thing. What they don't know is that we're about to share their stories with the world. On today's episode, ready to heat things up? We've got a mini chef with some major talent in charge of this cooking class today.
Hi everybody, I'm Abby.
Then, you won't believe what these kids really wish their parents could give them. And meet a hallway hero who wants every kid to feel special.
It's a secret, I'm watching every move you make. Are you a hidden hero? Waiting in the wings, and you could take the opportunity. You gotta follow through. Put you on the spot, see what you gonna do. I got my eyes on you.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chicken Soup for the Soul's Hidden Heroes. I'm Brooke Burke-Charvet. Our mission is to challenge people to be the best they can be, even if they think that no one is watching. We receive thousands of stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. In today's show, we'll revisit some of the most incredible, most memorable, most moving examples of true hidden heroes stepping up with courage and compassion. Get ready, everyone, for the best of the best.
Abby Major is an award-winning chef who has been on multiple cooking shows and who is going to be teaching a cooking class today. The only catch is that she's 9 years old.
I love cooking because you can express yourself in so many ways, whether it's with the plating or with the taste. I have never taught cooking classes to adults before. I think it's going to be really fun.
We set up our hidden cameras in a popular culinary academy just hours before class. Abby is going to surprise a group of adults who signed up for a cooking class not expecting a talented kid chef to walk into the room. Will they listen? Will they learn? We'll find out.
We had a little bit of an issue with our chef that we had assigned to come today. Thankfully, we have a replacement. She is an award-winning chef, has been on multiple television shows. So please welcome Abby Major. Take it away, Abby.
Hi, everybody. I'm Abby. Hi, Abby. I've been cooking since I was 4 years old. I've been on MasterChef Junior, Rachel Ray, and lots of other shows. They're in for a special treat. How are y'all doing today? Good. Great. Raise your hand if this is your first cooking class. Pretty much all of you. Everybody, first thing, put your aprons on. Now that that's done, let's get cooking, guys. I don't think I'll have any problems teaching adults, except sometimes they don't listen to kids.
But not all kids are award-winning chefs. Let's see how she does.
Today we're going to be making spaghetti carbonara with sauteed shrimp. Who thinks they're the best chopper in this group? Come on. Oh, no. Who thinks they're the worst chopper in the group? Okay, come up. Okay, best choppers, let's see what you can do. Good, good, good. Very good. It seems like these guys have a little experience, but I know I can teach them a lot more.
Now Abby is ready to turn up the heat.
For 9-year-old, she knows a lot of stuff.
So far, Abby's doing really well. Next, we're going to chop our bacon. It doesn't have to be small, but you still want it to be bite-sized. How's everybody doing? Doing very, very good. Okay, up next, we're going to be doing garlic. You put your knife on top of your piece of garlic, then you smash it, and it makes peeling it a lot easier. Okay, now you guys give it a try. Now we're going to mince our garlic.
With a measure of confidence, her enthusiasm in the kitchen is catching on.
Here comes the bacon. You want to get all of this out, and the bacon fat, you do want to save that too. If you want a little more flavor in your shrimp, then salt and pepper your pan. You want it till it's pink on both sides. This is probably a good one.
Yeah, she has great technique.
It smells delicious. It smells so good. This is what they should look like. It's time for the sauce. Time to mix it all up and put it on the plate.
With the pressure on, looks like Abby has won over her fellow cooks today.
And that's how you make spaghetti carbonara with shrimp.
The class was a lot of fun. And Abby is a great teacher. I never expected to learn this much from a 9-year-old.
And with reviews like this, Abby's star turn in the kitchen will surely inspire the next generation of young culinary talent to follow her lead. The life lessons we learn from doing the right thing are truly timeless. They've shaped people throughout history into leaders and forces for good. Let's take a look at how these experiences have created hidden heroes in history. In our last story, this pint-sized chef earned quite a culinary following when she discovered her passion in the kitchen. By believing in herself, Abby found the confidence to stand up in a room full of adults and teach what she loves. Confidence is a value shared by leaders throughout history. This hidden hero blazed the trail for female chefs in the male-dominated culinary world. Julia Child demystified cooking for Americans with her wonderful personality, her wit, and a passion for all things delicious. As a young girl, Julia's parents exposed her to unusual tastes and cuisine. This sparked a lifelong love of food and travel. After graduating from a prestigious cooking school in Paris, Julia Child's confidence allowed her to pursue her dreams even with the challenge of being one of few female chefs. Julia went on to become America's first lady in the kitchen.
Bon appetit!
After the break, get ready to blow out the birthday candles. You won't believe what these kids wish their parents could give them. And, ready to get inspired? This young girl takes giving to a whole new level. That and much more when we come back.
Welcome back to Chicken Soup for the Soul's Hidden Heroes. I'm Brooke Burke-Charvet, and I consider myself a pretty good judge of character. I can usually tell how a person will respond when the pressure's on, but nothing prepared me for the reaction that we got in this next story. Take a look. Hidden Heroes presents the Birthday Wish Box. Simply put, you write down your birthday wish, put it into the box, and the box sends your message out to the entire universe. We set up our birthday wish box in the back of a toy store where children marvel at the latest playthings, in hopes that come birthday time, that next great gift will be theirs. Our hostess, Allie, invited some youngsters into our room to make their birthday wish. She also invited their parents to secretly watch what their children wished for.
Olivia, do you see the paper in front of you?
Yes.
Can you write down 2 gifts at the top of your birthday wish list?
I think it's art, like paper and art pins.
Oh yeah, we threw in one little twist.
Can you write down for me 2 things you'd like to do more often with your parents?
Cook and dance.
Cook and dance. Suppose you could only choose one envelope for your birthday wish box. Which one would you choose?
Dance and cook.
Why did you choose that one?
Because I already have a lot of toys and I'd rather spend my birthday with my family.
That is so nice.
We'd rather they spend time together too, so now let's reunite them.
Hi. We were watching. We saw you. Make sure we dance and cook on your birthday, okay?
For Olivia, time spent together was a sweeter reward than a toy for sure. Let's try it again.
Now, if you could choose one of those to put in the birthday wish list box, which one would it be?
Can I see your shirt?
Yeah.
Well, looks like we aren't gonna find out this time. Don't worry, Dominic, your secret is safe with us.
Great, thank you.
Will Eva share her birthday wish with us today?
What's something that you've been thinking about that you want?
I might have to think about it. Well, I want another dog.
Another dog? That's great, right? Dog. Can you write down 2 things you'd like to do more often with your parents?
What's this gonna be?
I can just think of one thing. To play with them.
To play?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. If you could just choose one envelope to put in the birthday wish box, which would it be?
The one that I could play with my family more often.
Aww, that's a great choice. Why did you choose that one?
Over a dog?
I know, right?
Because I love my family and I couldn't choose anything else but that.
You would choose us over a new dog? Choose to play with us? I love you for that. I love you.
Sometimes that material stuff is pretty important when you're 8 years old.
Can you write down 2 gifts at the top of your birthday wish list?
Legos.
Can you write down 2 things you'd like to do more often with your parents?
Drive golf cart.
Which one would you put in the birthday wish box?
Spend more time with my parents.
And why did you choose that one?
Because I go to school and I don't get to see them often.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, Benjamin. I couldn't believe you didn't say Xbox One.
There's always room to improve on giving more of ourselves to our kids.
Because before long, they're going to be grown up, and I'm going to wish I had this time back with them.
As the day went on and these youngsters tried to decide which wish to pick, for our final lad, it was a simple, profound choice.
2 presents that you would like.
I actually only have one.
One? Can you tell me what you wrote down?
All I want for my birthday is just a cure for cancer.
That was really wonderful of you, Ethan.
Well, his stepfather, who's kind of been his dad, was diagnosed last year with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he's 34 years old. So for Ethan, he doesn't need or want a lot when it comes to toys or anything like that. He doesn't want to see anybody else have to suffer.
Love you.
so amazing.
A heartfelt, honest moment for this mom. And as it turns out, a happy birthday for all of these families is being with the ones they love the most. Treasured time they can never get back. After the break, meet a hallway hero who is making a difference for other kids. That and much more when we come back. We receive thousands of stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Now we get to meet kids whose compassion is contagious. We call them our hallway heroes, the inspiration behind Chicken Soup for the Soul's anti-bullying program. These kids are finding ways to turn the conversation around and encourage goodwill from their peers through the acts of kindness.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm 12 years old and I'm the founder of Let's Help Kids.
Rachel is your average 12-year-old. She's into reading and running around and being with her friends, but she's also incredibly positive and happy and cares about other people.
And Rachel wanted other kids to feel as good as she did.
Let's Help Kids is a company that gives toys and experiences to kids who can't afford them. It makes them feel good when they need something to sort of look to and play with.
At just 6 years old, she was inspired by a book.
Everyone carries around an invisible bucket, and when you are nice to them, you put good feelings into their bucket, and when you're mean to them or you're bullying them, it takes good feelings out of your bucket.
And she came home and decided she wanted to fill buckets.
And to fill those buckets, Rachel enlisted the help of her mom. Together, they found children in need, kids who could not afford any toys or fun experiences. They shopped in local toy stores and online, discovering just the right things. Rachel worked tirelessly with her mom, finding creative ways to raise money to support her newfound organization and help more kids.
We have an annual gala, and we also have an art auction, and we have silent auctions, and we have donations.
And Rachel's idea, well, it really started to catch on. Social workers like Sam Kelly caught wind of Rachel's efforts.
I'm Sam Kelly. I am the Executive Director for Bridges to Independence. We help families with emergency shelter and rapid rehousing services.
Every day, Sam sees how many kids miss out on just being a kid because of hard financial situations.
Living in the shelter is not an easy task for an adult, so you can only imagine the difficulty that it may pose for children.
Rachel and her friends, known as the Bucket Brigade, get to work filling bags of fun and good cheer.
It feels great because I know that I'm helping someone and I know that I'm making someone else feel good.
Each gift is a reminder that even though times get tough, there are friends who care.
Let's Help Kids has now helped almost 2,000 kids, and so this is 2,000 children who would not have otherwise had this smile or experience from the birthday present, from the bicycle, from summer camp. These are things they couldn't have afforded otherwise. So to know that she's had that kind of impact is really cool.
Based on her story alone, we've had children come to us and ask, how could I do something like that? How could I be a part of something like that to help people who are less fortunate than I am?
I want other kids to learn that they can start something like this, no matter how young they are. There's nothing stopping them, and if they really put their mind to it, they can do whatever they want. They can start as small as a bake sale or a lemonade stand, but you can definitely make a difference and make other people happy. There's always room for that.
I hope other parents see this happening and are encouraged to get their children involved too. Teaching a kid that they can set up a lemonade stand or sell some old toys at a yard sale and then have that money to go and do something for somebody else, I think is an incredibly important lesson.
Lessons of compassion and generosity that turn kids like Rachel into hallway heroes for others. Next up, one of your favorite stories on Inspiration Station. That's next when we come back. Next stop, Inspiration Station. Today we're hitting the streets to find out who inspires you. Is it your mom or dad, a teacher, a friend, maybe even a friend of the four-legged variety? Whoever your inspiration is, now's your chance to give a shout out to your own hidden hero.
Are you a hidden hero waiting in the wings? And you could take the opportunity. You gotta follow through. Put you on the spot, see what you gonna do. I got my eyes on you.
Produced in partnership with the Banyak Foundation as part of their mission to promote tolerance, compassion, and respect. Thanks for joining our show today. I'm Brooke Burke-Charvet, and we'll see you next week for more inspiring stories on Chicken Soup for the Soul's Hidden Heroes. Remember, it only takes a moment to become a hero for someone else, and you never know who's watching.
It's a secret, I'm watching every move you make. Are you a hidden hero waiting in the wings? And you could take the opportunity. You gotta follow through. Put you on the spot, see what you gonna do. I got my eyes on you. Put you on the spot, see what you gonna do.